Hello, everyone, and welcome to TarotStache. I'm your host, Jennifer Jurkofsky, and I am joined by my beautiful co-host, Tanys Coughlan, and of course, Gerald, TarotStache. Yay!
I'm glad to be here. Thank you. Thank you.
It's always awesome to have you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So how's everybody doing?
We have a few people here to say hello to.
Absolutely.
Who we got here? We have Kaylee.
Hello, hello.
Happy Monday. And we have Nalani City. Welcome, welcome.
Hello, hello.
And we have Barbara Crossfield. Hello, Barbara. Welcome.
Barb.
And we have Sharim.
Hello. Thanks for being here.
Hello.
Loving the pink salmon across. Thank you.
Yeah.
Not particularly planned. Part of it maybe, but not all of it.
Well, Tanys and Gerald showed up in their lovely pink, and I thought, oh, I need to do that too. But it's over my big sweatshirt because I was not getting rid of the sweatshirt today. Today is a cozy day.
We've got snow here. It's our first snowfall, and so time for all of us.
We had a little bit of snow here too, so it's not a lot, but it's like it's a bit of chilly.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I don't know, that the angels have been around a lot for me in the last couple of days, and so I keep getting these big chills that come through, so it's interesting.
It's interesting also the backstage. We were a little late because Gerald was talking. Surprise. But
Gerald was like channeling beautiful insights for us.
Yes, exactly.
And what was interesting is that the insights directly relate to the gate we're talking about in a way. So I will link that.
Awesome.
Beautiful. And we have
Tapioca Thievery. Hello.
Hello.
And we have Gemma Lee.
Hey,
welcome.
Gemma.
Welcome. And K4 Site.
Yeah.
Hello.
This is great.
Yay.
Welcome, everybody.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Shall we give them the weather report?
Oh, this is where I turn into the weather girl. Okay, one moment. Here comes the weather.
Oh my goodness.
So in terms of solar flares, we've actually had a very busy weekend with solar flares. We've had some big ones, X-class ones, as you see here. We had 2 or 3 in the last few days. There's 1 or 2 over here somewhere. And one of them, there was a solar flare here, see, that has a CME, coronal mass ejection, that's probably going to hit in the next day or 2. It just happened yesterday or today. So we're expecting that we will feel that. Those of us that are sensitive will have a little nudge with that kind of thing happening. When we look at the Schumann, we actually had like a 9-hour blackout, which usually means that the Schumann is off the charts for quite a while. We're stabling in around 22, keeping in mind the Schumann resonance is a measurement of the Earth and usually has a 7.8 hertz. So we're up around 22 today. So things are moving along, quite high in the vibrational frequency. There's a lot of stuff also. Oh, I didn't do the auroral activity here, KP index. We had some spikes in that as well, as you can see here. Over the weekend. So we have a lot of energy coming in, and there's also energy that is not able to be measured that is also coming in. So we've had a lot of stuff coming at us. So don't be surprised if you've got some ascension symptoms going on with all of that happening. I think there's been a fair number with headaches and a lot of fatigue.
Yeah, I wonder if people who are watching, what they're experiencing, how it shows up for them. I asked that if you can put that into chat. What that does is it normalizes this type of conversation. It also allows us not to feel
alone.
Alone.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say weird, but I think alone is the better word.
Because I always feel weird, Gerald.
Weird is a positive thing in my
But
mind.
it is a positive thing.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Melani's feeling it in her solar plexus.
Yes.
Beautiful.
It's interesting because the two things that you're showing, it's from the sun and it's from the earth. So it's doing this, and we're in the middle of it. We're impacting that. So
yeah,
it's like putting oil and water together. It's like, woo.
Yeah. And Kaylee says exhaustion, but also unable to sleep, body pain, literally everywhere. I've had a lot of that. Lots of emotions shifting, anxiety. Yes. Indeed.
Wow. I think it's really critical for people to, I'm jumping ahead. It's really critical for people to pay attention and make small informed choices about how to behave. Like drink that extra cup of water, have that extra tea, sleep that extra 15 minutes. Because because it just, our bodies need it. I feel like I'm stuck temporarily.
Yeah. Kaylee says that too. Just trying to be patient.
Yeah.
And we have.
Yeah.
There we go. Gerald, Jennifer, everyone in the chat room. Hello, Ascending Universal Butterfly.
Hello.
Welcome, welcome.
Listen to me. I'm suddenly doing voices. Hello.
Yeah. Well, and you have to take those extra breaths, right? Because, we are constantly going through, metamorphosis after metamorphosis when it comes to, the energies that are coming through and what they're opening us to, right? And so doing the Schumann and where it's at with the, corona mass ejections and everything. And we know that the sun and the neutrinos, right? This is what we talk about when we talk about the transits, because they're coming through. 70% of what's coming through is from the sun and that energy. And so last week we talked about entering into the gate 1 this week. And so we did. And we're going to be in this gate now until tomorrow. And then from tomorrow to Wednesday, we're going to shift into the gate 43. So I'm not going to spend too much time on the 1 because we already kind of talked about it last week. But it's moving us from the shadow of entropy to the Siddhi of beauty through the gift of freshness. And really just noticing that numbness energy, right? If that's showing up for you, just, give yourself some grace and some compassion to be able to move through that. But after tomorrow, we're going to be shifting into the 43, and we're going to be in the gate 43 until next week. So between Sunday and Monday, we're going to switch into the new one. So I'll give you guys the new one next week. But the gate 43 is the energy of breakthrough or insight. And this moves us from the shadow of deafness to the Siddhi of epiphany through the gift of insight. And so the energy here is the worry and anxiety about not knowing, right? The machinations of the mind. And so with this energy, you might be finding you're in the endless lists of to-dos and not being able to enjoy the moment. So just noticing that if that's coming up for you. And it's interesting because Richard talks about it's all the activity that makes us deaf. It's not that we can't hear, it's that we can't hear past the noise of it all. And so this is why he associates it with the archetype of the divine fool. And Gerald, you can speak to this, but it's like that living on the edge and being able to be blissfully unaware. It's about being able to surrender to the fear and allow ourselves to not be running in circles from it. Right? Because this is what shifts it from breakdown to breakthrough and to allow us to have that energy. So if we can excuse me, if we can release that need to know, then we can allow ourselves to be really present. And it's in that presence that we're able to gain insight. All right. So if you're noticing, okay, this deafness, it's really meant to just be the silence before the insight, right? It's to help us in that moment to kind of go, okay, I need to shut down this trying to figure it all out piece and let myself just sit in it so that I can get the intuitive insight, hear that inner voice and not the mind kind of reeling over things. Because the insight gift, it's a frequency, right? We talk about frequencies all the time. And the mind, when it quiets and awareness deepens, then we get to perceive things that we wouldn't normally be able to perceive, right? And that's what this is about. And so it's interesting because there's certain conditions that Richard talks about for breakthrough. And it's such an important piece to be able to not force it. That's the mind needing to know or trying to figure it out. But if we can just allow it, that we can embody the gift through trusting that inner knowing without attachment to the external validation, right? So these insights then can be shared and can move us forward.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I will be right back because I got a package delivered and I know I'm going to worry about it unless I get it.
Please.
Okay, go get it.
So talk amongst yourselves.
And so, yeah, so, trusting in divine timing, trusting that things happen as a catalyst for other things, right? That those things that are really hard sometimes to sit in are actually there to help us to unlock awareness so that we can be ready to receive. Mm-hmm. Right. So that's the beauty of it. And then I'm going to come back to that because I want to talk a little bit about the divine fool when Gerald's back. But the siddhi of this, the epiphany, is the silence that speaks all, right? And so the energy here at the siddhic level, it's insight that dissolves into this pure epiphany, right? The eternal realization that all is one and that everything is actually okay, right? Mm-hmm. There's no need to speak or to explain. It's just like simple truth. And so, when we look at this, it's like, okay, what things could I reflect on here? So where in my life, maybe am I afraid to listen deeply? What insights am I receiving that I've been hesitant to trust or to share? Maybe noticing how can I create more space for silence so that revelation can find me. Mm-hmm. Right. So it's really about learning to trust the silence within and listen beyond the noise to allow the revelation to unfold in that divine timing.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
It is about that. It's very much about that going inside thing.
Absolutely. And that's where the divine fool, I wanted to wait, Gerald, until you were back for that.
Thank you.
The divine fool is that ability to live in the gap, right? In the mystery. And being okay. Are we doing the glasses thing?
Oh, they're pink. They go with the outfit, you see.
Okay, we can do this. We can totally do this. Oh, I like those, Gerald.
Those are awesome, Gerald. Jen's got her pink butterfly. See, they're all very appropriate. There's a lot happening with love, with butterflies. So that's transformation and stuff. And then we have ETs, right? With the
there you go.
So I think you guys can see the screen in my glasses.
What's really amazing is you've talked about that idea of noise. I bet if people, I am surprised at how much noise is around me that I ignore because I've heard it. It turns into that ambient noise, white noise. And what's really powerful, the idea of, since you're talking about the fool energy, a lot of times it's an important thing to before you take that proverbial leap of faith, take a breath. Then you are fully present.
Mm-hmm.
The image that I keep having come up, and I've got to say this, is in this noise, in this metamorphosis, we need to dust ourselves off. I'm not a philatelist or somebody who looks at butterflies, studies butterflies, but the idea of is when a butterfly emerges from the cocoon where they completely transform themselves, they come out and then they spread their wings and things have to dry before they start to fly. We need to remember it's okay to dust ourselves off.
And that was one thing that came through in the energy update this week, which you guys will see in a little bit as well, was this metamorphosis and the clearing away and going quiet and still and just being in that stillness.
A friend of mine recently reminded me of dust is sticky. Yes. When you think about it,
it is.
Dust is sticky. And I honestly think, I don't know about those of you who are watching, but I'm gonna see a show of hands. People are transforming. We are all transforming. We're evolving. We're changing. What's happening is that includes sloughing off old stuff that no longer serves us. Not bad stuff. It's stuff that no longer serves us. And this idea of the breakthrough and the insight, having the patience for ourselves, the dedication to keep showing up. Some days, all of the spoon, the energy that I have is to get out of bed and go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
And then go back to bed. Great. Yeah. There's this idea of the expectancy. I expect things to get better. What you expect to happen will happen. Energy follows intent. If you expect you're going to feel better in the morning, I'm pretty sure people who are watching are powerful enough to actually help to manifest that. I think that's really, really beautiful. And it's in the toolbox that we forget that we're carrying around.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know about you. But I oftentimes forget. I'm like, oh, heck, I have a screwdriver that would do that. I don't need to use a hammer.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I like this one. And if you look, the universe will provide you glimmers.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. There's been a request already for me to do glimmers this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
Should I?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. Absolutely. Tell people what your glimmers are too. And then we got a few comments here.
It's quite a bit. You guys are having an awesome chat over here.
We are.
Because everybody who is watching is a best chatter.
Absolutely.
It's available at the TarotStache merch store. Shameless plug. Purchase responsibly.
Perfect.
The glimmers are the idea of let's pay attention to the good things that are around us.
Yes.
We're inundated with challenging things. Instead of noticing when our mind, body, and soul feel connected. Because the three of us talked about the reticular activating system.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the idea of glimmers are triggers. All triggers is just something that causes something to happen. Are we picking things that are going, oh, wow, thank you. I need to text someone that I love and tell them I was thinking of you and I love you because.
Yeah. Beautiful.
I get on my high horse about that. Hi, Angela.
Hello, Angela.
Nice to see you. We saw each other on Saturday evening.
I love the silence before the insight. Thanks for that.
So true.
Absolutely.
And I
Well,
don't know about you all, but I am not a patient person. I want all of the inside yesterday.
Yes.
yeah,
Yes. I want to know what's happening, but we have to
yeah,
be comfortable in not knowing with this
that's
transit.
the wisdom, right? And I know I've quoted it so many times on here with the Tao, but not knowing is true knowledge. Perceiving that we know is a disease. And it's such an important thing for us to remember, because the moment that we perceive we know, we've limited something. Right? One of the things that Richard actually talks about with this gene key that is like so is, can you actually love somebody that you think you know? Right? Is that actually love? Because if I think I know you and I've put you in a box, then I'm only loving my idea of you. I'm not loving you for all of what you can be, because I've now put you in in these parameters, and that's what I've decided I love. But if we truly
on my head with that.
right, if we truly love somebody, then we allow ourselves to remain open and curious to anything that could be part of who they are.
Part of being loved is to dare greatly and to be willing to lean into that. And part of that loving is being surprised of how someone is different or how they are. And that includes the surprise of, this is an opportunity where they need support. I'm going to show up and I'm going to try to support them in the best way possible.
We have a question. Are
Are
souls
souls awakening through this change we are experiencing?
Absolutely.
I believe so. What do you think?
Every experience puts us in a direction. We get to decide which direction that experience takes us.
Right.
The
So
other
this is an interesting insight too. The research proves when people get loud and scream, our minds disconnect into non-reception. So if you want to get heard, get quiet.
I love that, because as a trainer for many years, you don't, if you need to get people's attention, you don't have to be shouting. Sometimes if you suddenly stop talking and you speak at a slower and quieter pace, things are different and people pay attention to that.
Yep, definitely. And there was so they're saying thank you. It was a while back, so
you're welcome. I'm glad that was helpful.
How many layers we absorb without even realizing it.
Yeah,
absolutely, eh?
Which is why it is important for us to remember our psychic hygiene, the daily rituals that we have to refresh ourselves. We brush our teeth, we comb our hair, we wash our face. Those are opportunities for us to go, okay. And when we do that physically, we also have an opportunity to do it energetically, which gives us the ability to keep ourselves less dusty.
Balanced and
I love that. Less dusty. And just to that really quick, that less dusty, dust happens. It just is. We can't ever not have dust. But we can do, as Gerald's saying, the hygiene to be able to clean it off.
Yeah, for sure. And we have Stacy joining us.
Stacy, it's lovely to see you.
And we have One Bright Feather.
Lori.
Hello, Lori.
I think it's one of those things, we have a choice. Soon to be a conversation on TarotStache about free will, maybe. I got to get my head around that one. we have options. I can get up, I can do a little bit of dusting every day, or once a year I can get my snow blower out or my leaf blower and go in and dust everything that way. Which is better? And that's a trick question, because it depends.
It does.
The leaf blower may be the best option. However, I don't know about you all. I don't want to work that hard.
Yeah.
I am lazy. Hi, my name's Gerald, TarotStache. I'm lazy. I'm perfectly comfortable with that to a point.
Yeah. Well, and that's it. And I think a piece of that is, how much do we notice the buildup over time? If we're not doing the work on a daily, do we notice when the dust is starting to build up? Do we see the signs of what that's doing and how that's impacting us?
I think we miss it.
Yeah, I think that it builds up, but just like you don't notice, right? When you've got something, you might not notice a little, and then all of a sudden you notice there's a big change, right? But it's been adding up, right? Or you've got this thing that picking at you, and you're able to ignore it for so long, and then all of a sudden you're like, stop it. It's that
I was noticing this when I sat down. I was like, I missed the opportunity to clean my glasses off. And that's all I can see right now. All of that dust. It's interesting when that happens.
Want to clock, Gerald?
Yeah, thank you. I think this is an important thing, though, is the idea of gate 43, that breakthrough and insight. Sometimes we need to be nice to our vision, our outer and inner vision. There's a whole lot of energetic things that you can do to refresh your eyes. I'm not a licensed professional, but there's the cupping, which puts that. You can also close your eyes.
There's a thing.
If you have appropriate drops, you can put that in. That's fine. Don't do anything crazy. I just think it's one of those things when we can go, I have to refresh, because a breakthrough means we have a broader vision and a wider perspective to offer.
Yeah.
I love what you're talking about with the visions and the lenses and things like that too. And then going back to what you were saying with the reticular activating system as well, because what happens is we know that life is not this flat plane, right? Life, we have highs, we have lows, we have everything in between. Sometimes we spike, sometimes we're down, all the stuff. But we sometimes notice, okay, I'm only noticing the lows, right? And I'm missing the highs. And if that's what's happening, we have to look at the lenses that we're wearing, right? Gerald, as you're saying about noticing and not cleaning off those lenses, it is about that piece where we go, okay. And I was actually just talking about this today with some clients around how we don't ever have new experiences because we always see things through previous lenses. So we're always running everything through filters of our previous stuff. And then we are never able to have something new as an experience. And this is where breakthrough is so powerful, because if we can take off those lenses and go, holy shit, I keep running it through this lens and this lens is not serving me. Now, all of a sudden, we have the opportunity for breakthrough and seeing something new.
Yes, I think like when I see the strength card in the tarot. By the way, TarotStache. With that, part of what happens is when I see the strength card, it's not just about physical strength, mental strength. It is about perseverance. Mm-hmm. Perseverance works because somebody who is a strength card will find the one good thing about this terrible situation, and that will drive them forward. The problem is we sometimes forget to take a step back and to survey the world as we see it now, as it currently is, because things have changed. We've had breakthroughs. We've gained more insight. There may be different opportunities. And that's a challenge, because I don't know about you all, but I'm a creature of habit. Not all of them are good. Not all of them are bad. They're just habits. And with that, when we sit down and if we periodically go, let me look at this from a different perspective, and literally, instead of looking at it this way, look at it this way, you would be surprised at how much fun you could have. Yeah. And this is a really clear message for everyone. Turn stuff upside down and look at it differently.
Yeah.
Look at your tarot cards upside down. Look at your morning meditations. Read your books backward. Read your Bible backwards, just to see what happens when that occurs. Yes, look at it upside down. I love that. Because, and the other thing is, you know, the Fool, it's definitely a breakthrough. And it's not being foolish. It's being willing to take an opportunity and that leap of faith.
Yeah.
If you want to get a different perspective about something, I feel like I'm shouting. Am I shouting?
No.
Okay. If you want to get a different, what?
You're excited.
You're excited.
If you want to get a different perspective and you have access to little ones, ask them what they think about something or what they see, and just listen to the response. Don't try to tell them they're wrong. Go, oh, say more about that. What do you see? It's this beauty. We see people, I know people who pay attention to the clouds above us. When was the last time you looked at clouds in the sky and made up things that you saw there?
So that's actually that's a form of divination.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so neat.
Hypnocity says I do that with my painting sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I find it helpful with that, actually.
It's very, very helpful. And sometimes I will actually flip the way cards are laid out to give me a different perspective. I know, let's see. If Stacey May Catitude is still here, they are a crafter, and sometimes the crafting, it's easier to work on it if you turn it upside down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to say that I looked at this and I had a little giggle. It wasn't meant to be employment. It was meant to be Epsom salts. But I just read employment draws out impurities. I was like, my HR hat went on. I'm like, yeah, it can.
Yeah, it does. It sure can.
Well, and what you're describing right now is an opportunity to find humor in this, instead of going, I autocorrect or anything like that.
Yeah.
There's a bit of laughter that's needed. I take myself far too seriously. Far too seriously. Seriously, everybody. Far too seriously. And I'm serious about that, because this is serious work about the seriousness of it.
Serious.
But I have broken Jennifer. I have broken Jennifer. Thank you. We are 20.
You really struggle sometimes. I'm either really serious or I'm like, I just can't even go there.
So I think if we were to, there's these glimmers, there's the breakthroughs, the insights. breakthroughs are so enlightening and at the same time can be very challenging. They can be painful. They can be exciting. They can be thrilling. Energetically, they can completely discombobulate us, which is what we need. If we go, well, that's something I wasn't expecting. Or it's like, whoa, this is, it's like Emily, it's like so serious. Absolutely. So serious. If I'm...
And Laura. Hey.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
We have Bonzo.
I love this. So I think we need to have a good belly laugh and a good giggle. And it doesn't have to be, I highly recommend a good belly laugh.
Very therapeutic.
Very therapeutic. What is it? 20 seconds of laughter or something like that changes your endorphins or releases some hormones. I was going to say endorphins for those of you who like water creatures. It releases your endorphins. But if we can find something that's silly that makes us go, I hadn't thought of that. That's sort of funny. Groaner jokes are great for this.
Yes.
And having that friend who you tell belly laughs and belly
rubs.
There you go. Yes. Yeah. One person release the bladder sometimes too. Yes.
Yeah, I gotta be careful about that one.
Yes.
And
for
that
entertainment purposes only.
Yeah.
That and sneezes.
Especially for us women of certain ages.
Oh, God.
Coming into the full power,
Exactly.
Please take over the world. Please take over the world. Please take over the world.
Well, we've been known to laugh a fair bit on here from time to time when we add our props and we do our...
Really? I didn't know that.
There was. I remember. Oh God, I wish I remembered which episode it was. I remember I literally fell out of the chair. I couldn't handle it. Like, oh my goodness. Depends. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's also the Nicks. They're really good to have around.
Yes.
The what?
It's a lady's underwear that's like padded.
Okay, what did you call it? The Nicks?
Nicks.
Okay. And genuinely, thank you for answering that. I'm the cool uncle who, if a niece or a nephew asks me a question, I'm going to give them a very straightforward clinical answer.
There you go.
Perfect.
Well, and it's good to know the resources that are out there.
Hello,
Yes.
J-Cat lady.
Hi, J-Cat lady.
Hello.
Emily likes them too.
Yeah. Yeah, it might have been when we were talking about crystals and their sizes.
I think that might have been it, yes. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Gerald's going to get his tiny hands.
I'm not going to do that. You all know about the tiny hands.
We know what it means.
You all know the tiny hands.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is a Mercury just went retrograde, if you pay attention to that yesterday. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And now we're going to be entering into gate 43, leaving gate 1. Breakthrough, insight, transformation. That Jennifer, I can never write fast enough for all the wisdom that you're spewing related to the gates, but that how we get through that insight, we go through breakthrough to get to insight. Anyhow, I think what's really important is embrace this as an opportunity to land on our feet, or to change our shoes, or to take off our shoes,
or to change our glasses.
Because if we're transforming, what would be one thing that could change so much more? And I'll tell you, one thing that could change could be a bit of our attitudes and what we're noticing.
Well, and we notice things differently depending on where we're at, right? So if we're caught up in the mind, it's so interesting, like the parallels too. And I know it's the energy that we're in, because I was just talking again today about this. But if we get really fixated on, like, I have to do this thing, right? We end up like not being present in the moment, and we end up missing things. And then we're finding that and so many things, guys. Hold on. I'll get to that one too. And then and then what ends up happening is we, every moment becomes this pile on of all the stuff, and we're never able to really get present. And then the other thing that they were saying is another conversation was around spiritual gifts, right? Gifts from the spirit, not us having spiritual gifts so much as like the spirit guiding us and bringing things to us. And if we get very kind of narrow minded in terms of what we want that to look like, we don't end up seeing them. And this is why getting out of the mind is so important for breakthrough, because as long as we're in that place where the mind is still trying to figure it all out, we don't get to see, Richard calls it the incandescence from within, right? That lights us up from within, but that only happens when we're in a place of allowing. It never comes from here. And so if we can get away from needing the mental certainty of all of the bits and pieces, the lists, the rules, all the things that we think we need, and we stop trying to figure it out from the mind, that's where the space for insight comes in.
To stay in your mind and in the heart.
Mm-hmm.
Incandescence from within.
Go to the heart. Yep. Big hello to Sue Toffee.
Hello, Sue.
Welcome.
And I think that's where humor has such a value, Gerald. You were talking about like the seriousness. And I think the seriousness also often comes with that tunnel vision, right? We get really serious about something, and then that becomes our focus. And I think that there's times where we need that in our experience. But if we're really stuck and the mind isn't able to do anything with it, it is a perfect time to break that. Bring in the humor, have some fun, enjoy, allow ourselves to be the fool, to step into the gap, into the unknown, and go, okay. I remember doing that with Spirit at one point, going, I give up. I'm done. I keep putting myself into hole after hole after hole. So I'm going to buckle up, and I'm just here for the ride. And everything changed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You were talking about we're getting serious and the tunnel vision. I actually think when I'm truly serious, that does include humor. It is something that propels me forward into achieving my desired outcome or paying attention to it. Because without that extra oomph, when the hard work loses its enjoyment, I need to get up, I need to walk outside, I need to get a drink of water, I need to move water from the faucet to the toilet, however you do that. We need the dog to show up, the cat to actually sit on the keyboard. And we go, okay, there's something here. This is still serious, but we need to get back in our bodies. If we've had this breakthrough, sometimes there's a disconnect between the physical being and the spiritual or the energetic or the emotional aspect of this. And so there's this, and I know a lot of times when people aren't feeling well, I can tell when I'm starting not to feel well, because suddenly my zone of awareness goes whoop. And those who know me look at me and you go, what's going on? And they notice it before I realize it. And that is part of that transformation and the insight So
Yeah.
Well, and that's kind of what we were saying earlier too about the, things build up without us realizing it. We tend to ignore like, so I have fibromyalgia. So there's days when I'm like, I pretty much ignore that most of the time. I mean, I do my self-care and all that, but then there's days when I realize that I'm really crabby and I have to actually sit back and go, yeah, it's because my pain is at that level and I just have been blocking it out. I need to do something, and it's because it's that incremental kind of thing, right? So similar, I think, to what you're saying.
I agree with you. You're the third person today to say something about body awareness. I am not very good about body awareness. I don't know about people who are watching.
I'm getting better.
I can't feel that about being the observer.
Mm-hmm.
Jennifer, we were talking about that. I can't necessarily feel it in my body. And so there's an opportunity there. Note that word choice. There's an opportunity to start going, I got to breathe so I can get oxygen to my brain and through my veins or arteries, whichever, to get them to all parts of my body and go, what seems off?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What seems off? Boy, you chatters are really bringing it.
They
I
really
know.
are.
They've got a whole bunch of stuff going on.
There's a whole bunch of stuff happening here. So we've
And
got.
I think, too, Gerald, really quick to what you were saying is intentionality, right? Being intentional is going to be important. So sorry, hypnicity. Maybe I
can transform myself and transmute my attitude about things I have no control over, because before that there was a transform or transmute or both, to which my response was all three of them.
Yes.
Yes.
And then this one here. Yeah. That does take a huge weight, doesn't it?
When you finally get that thing done, you feel a huge weight lifted off your shoulders. Hallelujah.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I can hear my minor birds outside. These birds bully chase my black kitten. He's 13 years old. When the birds try to do it to my calico cookie, Lee, she ignores them, and it's like the birds are not important. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of perspective.
Yeah.
And to Hypnicity's question that maybe I can transform myself and transmute my attitude about things I have no control over, that could be very powerful. I would imagine there's going to be subtle changes. You're not going to recognize what they are because they're new. You're opening new gateways energetically.
Yeah.
I would journal about that. I would do some incoming message. I would do some automatic writing around that. Alani, could be very powerful, and get yourself out of the way and just write it. I think this is that breakthrough. Authors talk about just showing up and writing and writing and writing and writing. That in the moment is an opportunity for breakthrough. When one is practicing magic, you can do all sorts of planning, but spontaneity is part of the magic.
It is. Laughter drives out fear.
Well said, Sue.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I don't let some of the things that used to bug me get to me anymore.
Congratulations.
Very good.
Wonderful.
And you need to give yourself credit for that, young lady.
Celebrate the successes, right?
Absolutely. And this is the thing when it comes to like any kind of transformation or transmutation on a deeper level, I don't think that we are always privy to the changes until we're faced with something and we realize we don't respond the same way.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? So what you're saying there about things not, they're not bugging you in the same way. Those are those beautiful moments where we go, oh, okay, something did change, right?
Yes. I am a work in progress.
Oh, thank you. Work in progress. Yes,
it's oftentimes seen for knitting projects, crochet or crochet projects.
I have UFOs.
UFOs, yes, and I have
unfinished objects.
And I have PhDs, partially half done.
Love it.
I have a lot of PhDs. Emily, I was successful in releasing something yesterday that would have spent days spiraling over. I feel myself clearing out negativity easier.
Amazing.
Give yourself credit for that. That's really powerful, Emily. Hi, Annie.
Hi, Annie.
Hello, Annie.
Hi, Annie.
Yeah, and that's it. It's like we go through and we're doing the work and we don't always see it, right? And it's like, okay, I'm doing all this work, but what's going on? And then something happens and we go, oh, that was different, right? And it's just that it could be something so subtle, and yet it can be huge.
Yep. Those light bulb moments when we realize.
I love it.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's progress.
Yeah.
Great message.
Great message. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Laura.
I think it's so important this time when we're having these breakthroughs and we're gaining these insights in an environment of energy that's coming from both the sun and the earth and all of the other things that are going on. We treat ourselves with a bit more kindness.
Mm-hmm.
And you get to decide the definition of that kindness. Is that kindness to stay up and watch another episode of that silly sitcom you like, and you're going to wake up tired in the morning? If that's kindness because you need the laughter, great. Guess what? You're an adult. If it's going back to bed, if it's having cake for an appetizer.
Or breakfast.
I think
I've never done that.
You've never done that?
Yes.
Did you see the face that was going on there?
I missed that.
I've never done that.
I've never done that either.
Yeah. Well, and this is the piece too, right? It comes to
coming from the baker.
Cake is an all the time treat at my home. Amazing.
So when am I coming over, Emily?
Yeah.
We have little Zen Chrome.
Jilly was just on my channel. She and I talked about the Buddhist practice of Ango, which is a 90-day period of meditation. And Jilly and I have scheduled a show in December to talk about the sacred pause.
Love it.
Beautiful.
Love it.
So,
yeah, that's so important.
Yes. And all it is it's just giving us that time to go. It allows us to get, oh God, all right, give it to me quick because we're almost done. We work really rapidly. The human body and the human brain and the work that's possible is really freaking amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And it can go very quickly. What needs to happen is we sometimes need to let it start and let it get connected. Let the synapses start moving. Mm-hmm. I don't know about you, but it may be a slow start for some of these creative ideas, but boy, then it goes wonka doodle, and it's great.
Yeah, becomes snowball effect, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Well, and this is it, like in the conversation we had about the observer, it was very much about finding that divine stillness, that breath, that moment, that pause, in order to be able to become the observer so that we're not so caught up in it. And it's such a beautiful thing for this energy that we're in right now, because remember, deafness, it's not about silence, it's about not having so much of that noise. And the only way that we can really get out of the noise is to find that pause.
Yeah.
It also gives us an opportunity to go, how am I going to observe this? Mm-hmm. For those of us who have people around us who really get us, we can talk to them. We're brainstorming. We just need to be heard. We need to be seen. There are times when we have to pause and have that breakthrough of, do you need me just to listen? Do you need problem solving? How can I best help you right now? By the way, if somebody ever says that to you, hug that person, hold them very tightly. They are a gem, and they want nothing more than for you to be your most authentic self. Mm-hmm. So when somebody says, how can I help you? A very appropriate answer is, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We can just hold space until we do.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that, because this idea of the deafness and all of the noise, mm-hmm. I can't pick from the options. There's just too many things. I'm like going, all right, I better take a breath and go, what do I need?
Mm-hmm.
And oftentimes for me, because I'm not body aware, I'm like going, and I'm super person, and I'm overachiever, I don't need anything. When in fact, what I need to do is I need to sit my butt down and drink some water.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Dawn said, one can see your life's journey as a river with a multitude of eddies that we often get caught up in. But with inner work, we can learn to exit those eddies faster or avoid them altogether.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And sometimes we get caught up in them. Mm-hmm. But I think I used this example before. I remember we go down to the beach a lot in the summers with the kids, and we ended up in the hospital because my dad decided to surf a wave that was way too intense. Anyway, that's a whole other story. But the nurses were talking about how so many people end up coming in because they're fighting the riptides. But if you actually just rest into it, it will take you out, but it will bring you back. Right? But it's the fighting it that causes all of the problems. And I think that that's often what happens to us in our experience, right? I know I've said this equation so often, but the idea of the level of perceived difficulty plus the level of resistance equals the level of suffering. And so when we recognize that the perception that we're bringing to this and the resistance that we hold is actually causing a lot of the issues, we realize how much power we actually have in a situation.
That needs to be a short.
Yep.
It's really, really insightful. I'm also looking through the Gate 43 stuff in the Human Design book. And something that caught my mind or caught my eye is the one-track mind. The one-track mind gets caught up in all of the noise and creates that deafness. How interesting.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
Very good. So we had our 5-ish minutes come up. So while you're getting cards out, Jen.
We're getting low. We've got 5 left.
Oh,
where we cycle it through.
We've got more than that. So we'll have to do something new.
Yeah, maybe we'll get a new one. We've done this one a couple times. This is our second time through it, so we can find a new one next time.
We need a new one.
Oh, but how perfect is it every time? Listen to the wisdom of your feelings.
Beautiful.
So
this is your home play, guys. We pick a card, so these are things to work on this week.
All right. let's see. Listen to the wisdom of your feelings. Here we go. Your feelings are trying to tell you something, grandchild. Do you know that of the 4 sacred bodies, the emotional body is the least understood and respected? It is time to change this imbalance. Your feelings are wise keepers of your present story. They know what is going on at every moment and cannot lie. Listen to the emotional impulse. If it is uncomfortable, it may be signaling that your thoughts have taken you astray. Your thoughts can feel your untruths. They can try to convince you that your feelings are wrong. Don't believe them. Ask your feelings what they are trying to say to you. Be curious about their message. Feelings are wisdom keepers no matter where they sit along the negative and positive spectrum. Use your mental body to acknowledge when your feelings have been stirred. When the mind works in collaboration with the emotions, great leaps of understanding occur. Understanding leads to compassion and a sense of well-being. Let your mind follow where your feelings lead. You will be surprised at the wisdom you find.
Everything we just talked about. You can't make this stuff up, guys. It happens every time.
Mm-hmm.
I was just going to say it often happens on the second Monday of the month at this time.
that is true. Yes, indeed.
Mm-hmm.
So what have you got going on this week, Gerald?
I have another duality pairs conversation. I have a channel takeover tomorrow. Jamie and Jane are coming on to talk about a tarot deck. I've got a light language show on Wednesday that I haven't scheduled yet. Please like and subscribe to the channel. You will get notifications of when I'm going live. And tonight I'm also I'm on the Mystic 4 over on Val's Dragonfly Crystals channel. So we'll do readings there. I think this is it's a fascinating time for us to be. I love the idea of breakthrough and insight. It's so much good stuff and so much interesting things if we're willing to listen to what's going on without judgment.
Yes.
I've got plenty of time to judge.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about you all, but I'm good at it.
Yeah, I have it actually in my therapy resources, a quote from Jon Kabat-Zinn when he talks about mindfulness. And he says, paying attention on purpose in the present moment, non-judgmentally, as if your life depended on it.
Mm.
Damn. Okay. Yeah, both of us are like, okay. As if your life depended on it.
Yeah.
Right, that's the intentionality, to be able to go, okay, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to notice, and I'm going to notice the judgments, and I'm going to notice the narratives, and I'm going to notice all the things as the observer.
Right. Yep, this is true. Mm-hmm. Our judgments fall on our shoulders.
Absolutely.
For sure. And Jen, what have you got going on this week?
I don't know. Do we have support group this week?
I think Saturday? We do. I was just thinking that. Yeah, this Saturday at 7:30, 15th.
Yeah, so at 7:30 on Zoom. So you can register at beyondbeinghuman.org/support-groups. And it's free, but go ahead and register, and then you can join us on Zoom. We won't be live in this sense, but we'll be live together.
Chat with us.
On Zoom, face to face, be on the screen with us. Yeah. And so it's a great opportunity to just support one another on our journey and hold space for wherever we're at. So we've got that coming up. And I did do a recording of a new For the Love of Mystics. So I'm looking forward to when that gets released. And I actually have a few more in the works. So pay attention to those. As Gerald always says, like and subscribe, and you will get to see them when they go live.
Definitely. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's more
Emily
about
shared, I feel when I jump to judgment, it's more about me than them.
it is. We don't have control over anybody else but ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
Well,
and
and
there's so much wisdom in holding space for that.
Definitely.
And we also have to be nice to ourselves and kind to ourselves as we go through. We have these breakthroughs and we gain these insights because I mean, we lose our balance. And part of losing our balance is regaining our balance. It's an opportunity. Everything is fluid. If we're just there might be a missed opportunity.
Yeah. Well, as for me, I've got infinite integrations on Wednesday.
Oh yes, with Jacqueline Richards.
It will be a recording this week, though, not live, because I'm going to ESAX, which is a big networking thing here in Ottawa. So if you haven't got tickets for that, please do that.
This person?
Yes.
Jacqueline Richards and I are doing infinite integrations every Wednesday at 5. This one will be a recording, but we usually do them live. And then we have Galactic Gab, I believe, on Friday as well.
Nice.
Awesome.
So that is happening Friday, and then support group. So if anyone is in the Ottawa area, I am doing an in-person Reiki 1 as well on Saturday.
Oh, fun.
If you're interested. So that's about where I'm at this week, as far as I can tell. Yep. Oh, I also have My Place Home Care Compassionate Chats.
You're on a lot today, this week.
It is. It's a busy one. Compassionate Chats this week on Wednesday at 11 a.m. So,
nice.
Yeah, busy week this week. Final thoughts, guys?
Don't lose your sense of humor. And if you've lost it, watch one of my videos. I'm sure I'll make you laugh. I mean, but no, seriously, realize that laughter can propel us through challenging times without any disrespect. It's a power. Don't make fun of other people.
Love you too, Leah. Thank you. Take care, Lenny. Thank you all. Jen, final thought?
I think what Gerald said is bang on, right? Be able to be intentional in the moment, but that doesn't mean that we have to be hyper-focused.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Stay, as I always say, open and curious.
Check in with your body, your mind, and your spirit and energy.
Yes.
And on that note, we shall see you next week. Same bat channel, same thing. Don't forget to like and subscribe so that you know when things are coming, because we're all kind of busy and we're doing lots of stuff. And so you'll get notified if you like and subscribe. Okay?
Absolutely.
Have an awesome week, everyone. See you soon.
Bye.